busting the myths surrounding makeup.
When I started it, it was initially a creative outlet. It wasn't something that I was putting a lot of active thought into.
She's asking the questions that matter.
If you're new to makeup, then don't look at campaigns and don't look in magazines or even Instagrammers and expect to look like them.
NewsX influencer A-List proudly recognizes Shalini Kutty for influence in makeup and skincare.
Hello and welcome. You're joining us on this very special interview as part of our NewsX Influencer A-List series. Now, with us today on the show, we have a very special guest. With more than 37,000 followers on Instagram, she's a beauty guru and she's changing the makeup and beauty space like no one else. Please welcome with us, Shalini.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. What a flat.
Thank you for being with us, Shalini. Okay, so let's just dive right into it. My first question for you is, when you in fact took the plunge and decided to do content creation full time, what were the things that were going on through your head? What was it that, were, let's say, points that you were scared of, or, things that were running through your mind?
So actually, I do two things full time. I do work at a beauty company called Free and Equal Beauty, and I had the design and community engagement team there. And I also had started my Instagram page. And when I started it, it was initially a creative outlet. It wasn't something that I was putting a lot of active thought into. I just as something that I would do for myself, as you rightly said earlier, it's therapy for me, and I just wanted to find the kind of people who thought about makeup and beauty the same way as I did. So I just initially started it as a creative outlet, and I wasn't very worried about consistency, posting all the time, or making it look a certain way. I wasn't very concerned about followers, not so much even growth. It's just my personal space. And when I transitioned to actually deciding to do it all the time and following through with it every day was at the beginning of lockdown. It was actually as soon as COVID hit and as soon as the government announced the lockdown is when I found myself to be in need of distraction. So that's when I decided to actually put some effort into posting every day and creating more challenging looks. So at that time it felt not at all intimidating. The only thing that I was worried about is so many people already do what I do. So there are so many people who create content in the makeup or skincare community. I possibly add differently, and like you said, I create minimal looks, and that was my whole thing. That a lot of bloggers, no shade to what they are doing, because that's what works for them, and maybe that's their style of expressing themselves, and maybe that's what. But for me, I felt like it was a very big dearth in the community of someone showing makeup as real as possible. And it was. And
so then you've just spoken about minimalistic looks, Shalini, and now minimalistic, when we think of makeup, the general idea is that there are going to be some 5 or 6 layers of a base that are going to go in, and they're going to completely transform the way you look. Now, you for one are an advocate of not having these unreal expectations when it comes to makeup, right? How did you kind of come around to realizing that this is something, or this is a message that needs to be put out in the world?
So honestly, I just have always been someone that thought a little bit differently. I always approach things from the perspective of why is this the status quo? Why is this something that has always been the norm? That's also spreads onto the beauty industry in general. Why is every single campaign you see in the beauty industry whitewashed women, or women that are wearing foundation that's 5 shades lighter than them, and why people that actually represent a large portion of the population in India, so as a result of that thought process, and also the fact that I wasn't seeing enough people talking about the things that mattered, showing young college students or young just anybody who's new to makeup was trying to tell them that, you know what, makeup is not going to make your pores go away. It's not going to hide your creases. You're still going to sweat. You're still going to have facial hair, but it just perks you up. You know, it gives you a boost of confidence. It makes you feel good about yourself. And honestly, that there was no real reason as to why I did it. I just felt like it had to be done. I felt like it was my calling, so I did it. But yeah,
that's yeah, that's bang on. Actually, I mean, I think a lot of the time we do get kind of lost in this entire in the glamour of the industry, and kudos to you for bringing that out. Okay, now my next question for you is, Shalini. Now, you know, when we think skincare differs from person to person, right? It's not a one size fits all kind of logic that can be applied to skincare. Now, when you put out, let's say, recommendations, or when you put out videos with regards to skincare, what is it that you keep in mind, and you know, how do you tackle this issue?
Right. So I feel like I've been very vocal about this exact perspective that, you know, you cannot expect skincare advice or, you know, routines from someone who is on the internet, because most of the time they don't know what they're talking about unless they are a certified dermatologist. And these days it's actually possible to find so many content creators who are actually certified to do that. So I that from the consumer side, there needs to be firstly like a bit more effort in terms of like their skincare. A lot of people get lazy and they just want to, you know, get advice from someone from the internet, but it's not like, it's not just that we have to understand it as people who put out the content. It's something that people that are consuming that content need to also understand. So when I post about specific skincare products, or, you know, I have affiliation codes with so many brands, so every time I do that, I'm very careful about the kind of brands that I affiliate with, and I might have reasons for them, but they almost always carry a disclaimer that I'm not a certified dermatologist. You cannot believe everything that I say, and it may or may not work for you. You know, that's always just been my approach. I literally just put a disclaimer saying this is just what my opinion is. It may not work for you. And a lot of people do pay attention to that. You know, they do know. Yeah.
So Shalini, now going a little off track here, when, let's say, you know, you're approached by a brand or something, and you know, you're expected to do an ad or something of the sort, what goes through your mind? You know, what are the things that you kind of keep in mind? Of course, one is a disclaimer. Other than that, I just want to understand what it is that you know, what are the parameters that you kind of consider while taking up an ad? Because as a content creator, you have a lot of responsibility on you also.
Yeah. So when I'm approached for an ad, I usually just think about, you know, is this a brand that I would genuinely purchase? Is what they are saying, speaking to me as a consumer, not a content creator. Like, they may have approached me for like a specific collaboration, but are their products something that I would buy as a consumer? Is it intriguing enough? Is there, you know, like the core they are making, is it something that's translating? And oftentimes it comes down to whether that brand will agree to my terms. And literally in all of my collaboration emails, I have a term that says I will be honest about my experience with the product, and if they don't agree with that, then I just will have to end up.
All right. On that note, Shalini, I want to quickly ask you if there was one message that you could put out to the world, you know, to other women and men out there who are in fact struggling with skin issues, or, you know, finding it difficult to go out, feeling a little underconfident, what would your message to them be?
Go to a dermatologist. You know, go there and get the help that you need, because you don't need to suffer in silence. Whatever issue you may be facing, there is definitely someone who's trained to, like, you know, fix that or help you deal with that. And if you're new to makeup, then don't look at campaigns and don't look in magazines and or even Instagrammers and expect to look like them. You just have to, you know, take their tips and tricks and experiment for yourself and figure out what works for you, because makeup and skincare are very personal. I may suggest a shade and you may hate it, you know. So it's just like that. You take your time and figure it out, and it's really not that overwhelming.
Right. Thank you so much, Shalini, for joining us. Thank you so much for having this conversation with NewsX, and it was an absolute honor to be in conversation with you.
Thank you so much. I had a lot of fun actually.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.